I haven't seen a Fast and the Furious movie since the first one, so I was really looking forward to seeing how the movie has evolved and matured over time. Lap of the Luxurious is the 473rd film in the series. It is truly incredible to me that people will rave about how The Expendables got all the absurd action heroes in one movie while denying the credit this movie deserves for getting all the best worst features of good bad movies and doubling them. Here's the checklist for non-Chinese hilariously terrible films. Number 1. Badass who growls instead of acts. They got 3, and even went through the trouble of getting the matching hairstyles. Vin Diesel, Jason Statham, and Dwayne "Not the Rock" Johnson. If these guys had one hair for every bit of acting talent they possess, they'd be exactly the same. Number 2. A rapper who acts now for some reason. I remember Ludacris, I don't know who the other guy is, but they were interchangeable anyway. Number 3. Established actor who is obviously having a lot of fun because they know how shit this shit is. Kurt Russell is off his meds and Charlize Theron is apparently gathering a nest egg before her requisite post-30-year-old actress is now only allowed to play a witch roles start coming in. Number 4. A Game of Thrones actor who needs money. Everyone loves Game of Thrones, which makes it even more astonishing to me when these people show up in other things and are always fucking terrible. Whether it's Tyrion using his eyes to beg for death in Pixels, Tywin and Edmure looking exhausted and sad in Underworld and Blood Wars, or Daenerys being the worst actress who ever lived in Terminator Detritus. Cats of the Curious actually got both Missandei and Tormund. They're both awful, and it's great. Number 5. Tough Chick. This is actually a new requisite, and in the past couple of years has been filled exclusively by Ruby Rose. But Flames of the Furnace sticks to their guns with a woman who has spent an entire career trying to imitate Vasquez from Aliens. Number 6. Self-awareness. This movie knows it is the cinematic equivalent of a used Ford Pinto with a Flint spoiler. They are perfectly content that half of the audience is bros with the mental capacity of a horny 12-year-old, and the other half is people who used the word bae ironically and now can't stop. The opening is Vin Diesel in a 1-mile race in Cuba, but the scene took 5 minutes, so they were either going 12 miles an hour or the conversion rate is ridiculous. He starts to lose and intentionally blows up the cartoon engine so he can use the blast to drive backwards and win the last few seconds. I have to say, I was already in love with this garbage fire and it barely even started. Charlize Theron with Matrix Ghost Red shows up and blackmails Vin into a betrayal so we can have a central conflict. After some frankly psychotic introductions involving a worrying number of children, we flash to the whole crew in Germany stealing an EMP bomb because they can't trust the German special forces to handle it. Vin Diesel betrays the crew and steals the EMP, and Not the Rock goes to prison where he and Jason Statham use a taser to short-circuit the whole maximum security system and set all the prisoners free. Kurt Russell and maybe Zac Efron scoop them up and reunite them with all the other car racing people, but it was all a trap. Vin Diesel and Charlize Theron hit them with plot convenience grenades and steal a super magic spy device. Vasquez says, "Vin Diesel, you gonna family your family?" And he's like, "Bonjour. Je suis le grand musique." But we find out that he didn't family because he has a little babby boy that Witch Charlize has locked in a gorilla enclosure. Now we need a car chase in New York, so Vin Diesel attacks the Russian ambassador who has nuclear codes for some reason. Ridiculous harpoon scene from the trailer happens, and now Charlize has the nuclear codes, and that is a huge threat because the, and I'm using the giant set of quotation marks here, writers think that's how nuclear codes work. And now we're in a frozen Russian sub-base. Our street racers infiltrate the base and kill a bunch of trained Russian soldiers, cause why the fuck not? Charlize hacks a sub that is clearly up on stilts and well out of the water. I guess its propeller is just really good or something. Then the family of the Furies race the sub and the Russians and the clock and find that Vin Diesel didn't betray them at all. He actually made a secret plan with Jason Statham, who was killed earlier but is now alive and using a baby as a human shield in the most amazing gunfight ever committed to film. Vin saves the family and a comical heat-seeking missile chases him around and blows up, and he is outside of his car when a fireball is coming towards him, and I screamed, "Oh my god," as the whole Furious family used their cars to shield him from a missile explosion. The movie ends. They have said the word family no less than 15 times. They named the fucking baby after Paul Walker's smoldering corpse, and everyone has a big laugh. The audience laughs, the studio laughs, the director and writers and actors all laugh. Go watch Past of the Perjurious. Words alone cannot do justice to how aggressively stupid and fun it is.